Okay, let me give you an idea of what you're looking at here. I built this several years ago when my sister and her family were down for Thanksgiving for a visit, and my brother-in-law and I were looking for kind of a fun little project to work on with all of the kids. This is based on plans that NASA has, and I've linked to those plans on the blog. And basically what you do is you take some ordinary stuff from a hardware store and construct an apparatus that lets you fill a pop bottle or soda bottle, depending on which part of the country you're in, with compressed air and then launch it into the sky. And this thing is super cool. It's reusable. In fact, this soda bottle you're looking at here has probably been launched 100 times. It just keeps coming back and keeps not breaking. And it's always a fun project to get out. I keep it in the garage, and every now and then my kids will say, "Hey, Daddy, can we get that water rocket out?" And it's just a fun afternoon activity to do. Well, not too long ago, I was thinking about how to catch a picture of this thing in mid-launch. And what you're seeing here is exactly the picture I had in mind. So it worked out beautifully, but it took a lot to get it. First of all, I had to, you need a really fast shutter to shoot this. You can't shoot this at slower than an 8,000th of a second, and that is insanely fast. And you need a good camera to shoot that fast. A lot of cameras will top out at a 4,000th of a second. I tried this at a 4,000th with my D750, and it didn't quite work. There was motion blur with the bottle and the water droplets and everything, and so I had to bust out my D500 and shoot this with an even faster shutter. You also need a really fast burst speed. My D500 has a burst speed of 10 frames a second, which I know it doesn't match like the 20 frames a second of some high-end mirrorless cameras out there, but it's not bad, and you're not guaranteed a shot. In fact, it took us several tries to get even this one, because freezing it at exactly this moment, I mean, you should see the before and after shot. So it's firing off 10 frames a second at 8,000th of a second per frame, and before it's not even moving, and in the latter one, it's out of the frame. So there's literally a split second where you can get this shot, and you can't predict it. You just have to tell someone to pull the string, which my son is pulling the string out of frame here, and just lay down on that shutter and hope that you get one. One interesting compositional choice I made here is you'll notice the backlighting. So the sun is actually behind the rocket here. I'm looking at I'm shooting westward into the sun. It's about maybe 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and I did that on purpose because I wanted the water to be nice and bright. If I was shooting away from the sun, so it was front lit like most photos are, then you wouldn't see that shine and that sparkle and that brightness on the water. So that's a very intentional choice that I made, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. This was it's just one of those shots that it's fun to get. It's fun to do this activity. It's fun to experiment and play around with different angles and different camera settings. And honestly, why would shooting off a water rocket not be a good time? So there was nothing about this picture I didn't like, and it was a great way to spend some time with my kids. And we've been spending a lot of time together because of quarantine, my whole family and I. But it's moments like this that are just kind of even more special.